What is going on, everyone? This is SBN Resonate. You're at the SBN Lifestyle, March 28th, 2021. I'm going to start out with this. As you all know, you already know how I feel about a lot of things. You already know a lot about how I think and the things I say. Even though I know that in the end, life is pointless and life is meaningless. You know, I say the phrase, nothing is never enough, so something will have to do. You know, I realize through my 35 years of living, I realize that no matter how many poems I write, no matter how much music I make, no matter how much food I eat, no matter how many times I write in my notebook, no matter what I do, it will never be enough for me or for you. You know, so what I do is I take it 1 second. I take it one day at a time. One recording, one video, excuse me. I take everything just 1 second at a time. And it's really hard to record something spontaneously or in the moment. If you're a creator like me, it's really hard to capture something that is real and genuine and authentic. And that's what I want to capture. I want to capture the human experience without thinking about it. I just want to do it. You know, and I want to talk a little bit about this too. And I know this might be really weird for a lot of you. A lot of you might not understand this the first time. And that is okay if you don't understand it, because I don't understand everything. But let me tell you this. I am this type of guy. Yes, I am kind of a misanthrope. I don't like groups of people. I don't like being around people necessarily. I want the best for you as a person, like I want the best for me. I would only wish your day to go smooth, but see, you're the only one that can make your day go the way that your day's gonna go. And see, when you're looking towards other people to do that, then you're not really looking into yourself. You're looking towards other people. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but see, I'm the type of guy, just for me, I want to help other people, but I don't want to be around other people. I don't want to get involved with the group mentality, because it always turns into something that is not genuine and not real. It always turns into something fake and plasticky to me. And this is why I would rather do what I do on my own, do these recordings, make my videos, and put them out to the world and give that to people. But I don't want to be around a bunch of people. I don't mind maybe once in a while being around one person at a time and talking, because people will show you their true selves when it's just you and them. You know, right when Bob comes around or Tina comes around or whoever, if right when it turns into two people, then it's like, well, I have to be something that I'm not, or I have to act different because this person's around. You know, so that's just a little bit with that. I know a lot of you might not understand that. Some of you might understand it. You might not have any idea what I'm talking about, and it's cool. But, you know, it's like I just realize as an artist and creator, no matter what I do or what I say, there's no such thing as reaching this point of it being enough, or me saying enough, or me getting my point across. There's no such thing. You know, it doesn't exist in my world. And I think this is what a lot of people, they think that there's this ultimate point to reach in your life. I'm 35 years old. I never got there yet. I know people that are 20 years older, 40 years older than me. They never got there because it doesn't exist. And it's just, I'm just this person. I like getting on something like this, and I like hearing me talk and just recording my voice. That's something that excites me, is just getting on here and recording myself. That alone is something that I like because it's part of the human experience. You know what I mean? I'm actually hearing my own voice when I'm talking on here, and sooner or later you will hear it in its raw form. This is my raw voice. I don't know if I'm going to add any effects to it or I'm going to add anything, but right now, this is my voice in its purest form. And that to me is something so unique and something so genuine and so authentic, and it's so real. But yet there's so many people that they edit their videos so much, and they edit their material so much it almost becomes fake. It almost becomes an agenda. It becomes something thought of and thought out instead of being spontaneous and in the moment. And these are the things, it's really hard to capture these things in the moment, because I would have to have this microphone on all the time. I'd have to have, which I do most of the time, I have my drum machine, my Roland JDXI over here with my Boss RC-505. It's a 5-track recorder. I do have that on most of the time, but it's like that spark of creativity, I tend to get that when I'm by myself alone in a room. It doesn't come so easy when I'm around people or I'm out in the world walking around. And see, that's why I want to get more comfortable doing that. That's why I walked over to the park here the other day, but I couldn't get the audio to sync up with the video. So, you know, I said, I'm not going to do it because I couldn't find out how to sync it up. You know, I'm still a beginner with this, but it doesn't matter that I'm a beginner. It doesn't matter if I know what I'm doing with everything. It does not matter. All that matters is that you're doing it because you want to do it. You know, plain and simple. So it's like you don't have to have anything to really say or talk about. It's like just talk to talk if you want to talk. You know, it's no big deal. It's like, why are we making these things a big deal? And it's like, as I sit here, I just woke up today, and it's every day I'm reminded of how short time really is here on this earth. You know, everyone says, oh, you're a young man. You have your whole life ahead of you. Yeah, some years, some decades, if I get to be an older age, or I get to be to the age of an average male, and who knows what's going to happen before then, I don't know. And it's like, if this is all we have, I want to experience as much as I can while I'm here on this earth. And like I said before, in a lot of my older videos, I haven't been talking like that too much. If you want that type of material, you know, the being down and out, going through hard times, that's why I started this channel in 2019. I think I started it in like March 2019, I think, because I said I want to record this part of my life. I want to have something to look back on and reflect on. And see, there will be times where I talk about stuff like that again, but it's just not the time right now, you know, at this point in my life. So that's why I did that. So I could remember that time and remember those times. And that doesn't even matter. You know, the whole point of this is that the more I try to make things matter or make sense, the less they make sense and the less that it matters. You know, if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. If you're thirsty, then drink. If you feel like crap, take a walk. It's common sense things. And all that I could really want for someone is for them to have something that they like doing that they can do in their spare time when they're not around people. Because I noticed that a lot of people say that they struggle with being lonely and not being around other people and stuff. And I know how that is because I went through that. I went through that stage. But me, I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to be what I am around people and when I'm out in the world. I don't want to keep it to myself here in my room, my four-cornered room. And it's like getting outside of yourself and getting uncomfortable. It's really hard for most people to do. And it's really hard for me to do. You know, it's like no one ever has this thing beat. You know, it's like a lot of these things that we think, we have been conditioned to think these certain things, and it's just, it's not real life. It's not how things really are. You know, it's like I'm just this person. It's like if I ever do want to be remembered for something, I want to be remembered for being different. I don't want to be a part of everything else that everyone else was doing. I just don't want to be a part of it. It doesn't make me better or worse. You know, this is why I talk about labels are stupid. Judgments are stupid because everyone's going to be what they are at a particular time. There's always a time for something. So for me to say, oh, this person is being too happy or too sad. No, it's not that they're being too happy or too sad. That's just the way that they are in that moment. So how can you judge them or say anything about them when that's how they're being in that moment? It doesn't matter. It's just that's how they're being. But why do we do this as humans? Because maybe we see something in them that we don't have and we want that and it makes us a certain way. But it's like there's something that each person has individually that someone else doesn't have. And if you're someone like me, I have been looking for this my whole life. I have been searching for it. And the only thing that I have found is that I love recording. I like making music. I like doing the arts, period. That's what I like doing. That's what fascinates me more than anything. You know, I don't like going fishing all the time. I don't like, you know, riding a bike all the time. I don't like doing so many things that other people might like doing. It's like whatever you like to do, then that is the thing that you do that keeps you the most content and keeps you busy in this life. Because once you're gone, you're gone. There ain't no coming back from the grave. This is it. This is it. What you have here is it. Whether there is something after this, none of us knows. Nobody knows. So stop trying to figure it out. I'm not trying to figure it out anymore. If there is a God, then there's a God. Then I would like to think God is in control of all this. But I'm not in control. And I don't want to be in control. And it's so hard for us to let go of that control and saying, I have to be something today. I have to do something today to prove something to people. And even I still have a habit of doing this. It's like I'm trying to prove myself or prove something or come across like I'm better at this thing than someone else. And I don't want to be perceived as that, and I don't want to perceive others as that. I just want to be what I am, when I am what I am, and just do what I do. Without all the judging and labeling and all that stuff, because none of it matters. It's a waste of time. It gets you nowhere. It's pointless, even though in the end, everything is going to go, years and years and years from now, the sun will burn out, nothing will be here. But in the meantime, something will have to do. Nothing will ever be enough. So something will have to do for now. And I let it be like that. And the mind is still discouraged. Me as a person, no, it's just the mind. The mind wants more. The mind craves more. And it's really hard to explain that too. I know a lot of people don't understand that, but I don't know. I've been practicing lately to not go by what my mind is telling me. I just want to experience the experience, not experience my mind. Because if I'm experiencing my mind, then I'm experiencing fear. I'm experiencing paranoia. I'm experiencing, me messing up and getting high. I'm experiencing me doing everything that I don't want to do because my mind's telling me it's so. So that's why I'm all about spontaneous elements. Catching something in the moment, being something when you're being it, and catching it in its rawest and most real form. Like some people, they would have took what I just did, clearing my throat, and they would have went and edited that out of their video. Like, why? That's what makes you a human being. Human beings have to clear their throat. They have to take a sip of water from time to time while recording something. Why are we editing these human elements out of the art and out of what we're doing? I don't understand it. I like hearing when people record something the whole way through and they let it go. They let it be what it is. I don't like channels and outlets and other people that are always editing out all of their content. It's like all it's doing is it's just making you do more work. It's putting strain on you as an artist and musician and whatever you are. I mean, I'm not saying have something that's sloppy, but I'm not saying have something that is perfect either, because there's no such thing as perfect. It doesn't exist. It's not real. See, these are all things that we've been conditioned to think, is that we have to be perfect. The message has to come across just right or people won't understand. People don't relate to that. People relate to real, whether they you know, whether they broadcast it in front of people, they'll do it when they're by themselves. You see what I'm saying? They'll do it when they're in their own rooms, or they're at their house, or they're driving in their car. They won't listen and reflect on a lot of these things when they're around other people because they're scared of the judgments and the expectations and the standards and all that from other people. You see what I'm saying? And George Carlin, he talks a lot about this. You know, I watch a lot of like Matt Dillahunty. Who else do I watch? A lot of Osho. You know, it's these men are different, and they're speaking genuine and authentically even when people are around. And these are the people that I relate to the most. You know, it's people like myself. And even when people can't relate, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Because some people understand certain things that people don't. And even if they don't, maybe they understand something that I don't understand myself. So right there goes the judgment out the window. It's not there anymore. You know, judgment gone. So I'll just leave you to resonate on that one and meditate on that one. Nothing is ever enough, so something will have to do. This is SBN Resonate, the SBN Lifestyle, March 28th, 2021. Let's see what time it is here. 1:13 p.m. Later on.